If you will, thank you. If you will, thank you. Okay, this episode of Deep Space Nine is called Invasive Procedures. We review it after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. And in Invasive Procedures, there is a 1:10 ratio of host to symbiotes on Trill. Apparently, there has to be a screening process by which anyone who wishes to be joined with a symbiote has to go through, and Jadzia Dax in this episode says that neither her parents nor her sister, first time we've heard of any of the family, were qualified to be joined with a Trill. Now, she's not talking Dax symbiote, but Jadzia, and that's the first time we've heard that Jadzia had a family. We assume that she did, but this is the first time that it's been mentioned in the show. Otherwise, there's some decent lines in this, but we won't go over that. What I really want to talk about is the way that this is written. Essentially, the plot of it is that somebody who was not able to be joined for one reason or another decides that they want to take Jadzia's symbiote and become the next Dax and then escape into the wormhole and whatever. And we know how this has to end because, of course, they're not eliminating Terry Farrell from the cast. So we know this at the outset, and so you can't make the entire episode of is she going to die? So what we have here is a way to make this an interesting show. What is it that we're going to get out of this other than one of the main characters is threatened and we know is going to be back next week? So what we do is we do have a great deal more explanation of how Trill symbiosis works. Now, we've seen in flashbacks of where Curzon Dax became Jadzia Dax, but they let out a little bit of the Trills know this and Trills know that, and we're actually different people every time that we are joined. But we learn here that the Dax symbiote has had 8 different hosts, now 9, and this puts more into it. Now, we know something also now about Sisko's relationship with Curzon Dax, which was the previous host before Jadzia, and that he was apparently in Starfleet. They served aboard the same ship. Now, we know that Curzon was a mentor to Sisko, and that is where their friendship began, and that he was quite a partier, quite a drinker, quite a womanizer for that matter. And this is something that is more solidified in this episode. We have the idea that with every symbiosis, they become a different person. Every character has added something to that. Now, while Dax does carry memories of everyone who is the preceding host, that is something that we haven't considered before, that actually the symbiote changes. So that is to say that it is influenced by every host that it has. So in talking with Jadzia, she certainly knows her relationship with Benjamin Sisko through Curzon, but also has gotten to know him in a different way. And it's been difficult, actually, for Sisko to understand that they are really different people, even though intellectually he knows it. Something that they reveal here is that the symbiote also changes somewhat. Now, it has all of the knowledge, it has all of the experience, it has the sharing, though, with all of the hosts. So it's not the Dax symbiote that liked to drink and womanize. That was Curzon. It is not the Dax symbiote that was the loyal officer to Ben Sisko on Deep Space Nine. That was Jadzia. And so with each lifetime, an aspect of the host becomes part of the symbiote. And that's something that they revealed at the end of this episode when Jadzia predictably gets the symbiote back. She now has all of the memories and inner thoughts of the thief. What's interesting, though, is that they kind of kept it vague as to whether he was able to live after the symbiote was removed. Sisko led them to believe that they probably could save him because it's an early stage, but we have no idea. We have no idea if he survived or not and what happened to him. And they left it that way on purpose. Something also I noticed here is the subtlety by which Avery Brooks personifies Sisko. There are a lot of up-close shots of him because he has the most expressive face. He does not do it by anything that is not incredibly subtle, but you can tell what he's thinking at every moment the camera is on him, and that is acting. I would recommend that you watch this episode again and just watch Sisko's face, how the subtleties in that let everything that he's saying point to exactly what he's feeling at the time. That's a master class in acting, I think. So I'd like to know what you think about this. Please put it in the comments below. And, of course, if you have not subscribed, please do so and leave a like, if you will. That makes our week for us, really. We certainly enjoy doing these videos for you, and we hope that we will continue. We know that now that there is a Doctor Who special that is coming a little later than we anticipated, but there's a possibility of a mini-sode very early, so we're going to keep a watch on that, and we'll keep you informed as we do. So stay tuned to this channel. We will have Doctor Who reviews as the specials commence, and then we have, of course, have the original series retro review tomorrow. We have the last of the Lower Decks episode on Friday, along with another Babylon 5. So until next time, don't go far.